Alright, so I think that we should start adapting Kamen Rider, and trust me, it's for good reason. Okay? I think that it it make the brand somewhat different, not different to where I want us to completely change, but I do not want us to completely stay the same thing over and over and over again. But I want it to be like same, so you know what it still is. Like, and by that I don't mean just throwing MMPR, MMPR, MMPR. Oh, you want a present? Here, I got one for you. I wrapped it up nice. Open the box, MMPR. I don't mean like that. I'm I just mean it's you don't have to completely change it. Just try something new. And so even if a Common Rider adaptation would be horrible, I would not be mad at it at all. Like even if it was the worst thing I've ever seen, as long as seems like they tried to do something with it, I completely agree with it. So it's like that's why this whole MMPR in your face thing makes me so irritated. I'm about to go back to the topic of Kamen Rider after this, or why we should adopt Kamen Rider. I just gotta finish this. This is why this irritates me, because if you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, right, and you're doing it because it works, why didn't you stop soon as you see that it failed? That didn't make sense. That does not make sense at all. I why? There's no point. If it doesn't do anything, now you're just being lazy. That's why I have a little bit more respect for Dino Theory, but let's back to the topic this time. Alright, so basically, I think we should adapt Kamen Rider because for point one, like I said, is going to be different. Second, toys. I mean, they like selling toys. That's what you gotta do if you adapt Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider get Kamen Rider because most Kamen Riders now have gimmicks, a lot of gimmicks thrown in your face, and that's what PR wants, and that's what they try to sell. So why not? I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. All right, third point. I'd like to see what they do with ideas of different shows, like a Common Rider. Like I'd like to see what they do. Like if they were to adapt a Common Rider Force A, I want to see what they would do with Force A or a W. I would like to see what they would do with Common Rider W. I don't know. And it different and, and oh, and they also get to do one of their other favorite things that they like to do, crossovers. There you go. You have a whole world, and it won't bother me as much because it's not like you're doing the crossovers that are always gonna happen. Like happen, and this time we might actually get the actors back because they're in a whole different show, and the show could be airing at the same time as a PR season, so they're both on set. So there's no reason they really couldn't do the crossover. Even if it wasn't, it'd be like, okay, just you're going, and like don't do that thing where they stuff a bunch of other PR teams. Even if the actors didn't come back, they just be like, all right, let's just get random suit actors and hope let's make them make weird noises and hope that everybody believes that these are the actual voice actors, or not voice actors, but actors. Period. But yeah, like I feel like I'm talking a little about too much PR, but speaking of that, it wouldn't really be PR technically. Like it'd probably be something completely different, just like how Power Rider or whatever. I don't know, like or how Beetleborgs was. Not necessarily Beetleborgs because why do we need that again? I don't know, but basically they'd be doing something like that. So like every Power Rider or Kamen Rider or whatever they call it, Masked Rider, whatever they would like to call it, it wouldn't be like they wouldn't be in PR. They wouldn't be a PR team or PR in general. They'd be their own different brand thing, but they'd still all be completely connected. Well, because they'd be owned by the same brand, but they'd still be two different things on their own. So, like I said earlier, even if they could still don't have to air at the same time. They could it could be like, okay, we can, or yeah, it doesn't, because I was gonna say if it's gonna be like that, they'd probably air at the same time, and it'd be two different shows. Like one, they wouldn't even have to air on the same platform. Like how PR is moving to Netflix. Maybe you'd keep. I don't. Not that I want this to happen. because then we might get stuck with a few rules that just don't sit well. So maybe we'd go something different and like move our Kamen Rider adaptation to a different platform or something. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Where it streams is not that important, honestly. But yeah, it could be airing at the same time, or like I said earlier, we could do something different, and then we could like. I don't know, or I don't know. It could like kind of take turns airing, like we do a Common Rider adaptation, then a Sentai adaptation, or if we did Sentai, then whatever, it'd be our Power Rider, and then our PR or Master Rider, and then our PR, and then go back and forth with as far as airing goes. Or again, you can easily take care of that problem by airing at the same time. Except for then, I don't think that might work out because you'd have a, or I don't know, maybe they could take turns. I don't know. However, that would work, but that doesn't really matter. That's not a big thing of it. And I was about to make the same point I did earlier about making something different, even though that's like it's gonna be different. It's something completely different. I don't see how you could do the same thing over and over again. Like if they would be able to find something a way to do that, it'd be kind of irritating. But no, yeah, I like. There's no point not to adapt Kamen Rider, and it. I feel like Kamen Rider is getting a little more popular in the U.S. and it's weird. Maybe, okay, and maybe if we adapt to Kamen Rider, they'd look at it like Sentai. Maybe Sentai would get a little bit more respect. Because I feel like it just doesn't. Like it doesn't get enough respect, and it should because I don't know. It's just I have this thing where I really do like Kamen Rider. It's just I feel like even if Sentai is not better in other people's opinion or just period, even if it start to get lazy to me or it wasn't better, it's not. I still really like it. But I'm just saying, even if it would, I still have more of like I wouldn't care if it became like if it was the same thing every time. Well, I'd still have like this weird soft spot for it, right? That's funny. But no, yeah. I don't know where that was going. But no, yeah. If we adapt Kamen Rider, we'd get, like I said, more toys. We'd get more toys because some people find it hard to like get toys that are from completely different places, and since they probably weren't gonna get it while they were actually selling at a regular price, we're gonna have to pay these like crazy prices after this because the toys they came out longer ago, so now they'd have to pay more for it now. I guess, yeah. Yeah. So, but I mean, that really doesn't concern Hasbro or whatever they do. I don't know. I just see it as like making a lot of ideas from that, and it'd have to be different. I don't know if I point. They sell toys. That's what they like doing. There you go. They get to do everything they love everything they like doing. I mean, again, like I said before many times in the same video, and many times other before this, I they get to sell toys. I mean, that's an opportunity. Hasbro is literally a toy company, so I don't see why they wouldn't. And I don't know, maybe. Uh, yeah, honestly, that's about it. But I think that yeah, that honestly be a good opportunity since we know that we technically have adapted Kamen Rider and Power Rider in the past, but I mean, why not do it again? Just don't get it all mixed up in MMPR and messed up. I don't know. And then yeah, like I said, I really don't have anything else to say about it. But all right, I guess that's it.